morning everybody and a warm welcome to another episode of my recipes. Today I would like to present before you a particular recipe with an ingredient which is available in abundance all around the markets during winter, and that is what we call as spring onions. Now this particular spring onion, this particular quantity was something what I got from my rooftop gardens, and I thought let me try out a new recipe. And in fact this particular recipe, when I tried it out, everyone in my house savored it. So let us go about and show you how to really going to do this, or in fact try out this recipe of mine. Here I have taken almost two handfuls of spring onions which I've chopped irregularly into small chunks. I've left, however, the lighter portion, that is towards the stalk there. This part I have left off because I'm going to use it in some other way. I have here around one big potato diced out this way into thin slices. I will need some coriander. Here I have taken one big onion sliced out thinly, semi-thinly in a way. I will of course need one bay leaf and a dry red chili. Apart from that, I will also try to make it somewhat spicy. So here I have taken some dry cumin powder, or in fact this is the jeera powder, haldi powder or turmeric powder. This is the Kashmiri red chili powder, and here I have just 1 small teaspoon of cumin powder, the coriander or the dhania powder, and 1 small teaspoon of meat masala. Here again in this recipe I am going to use the cumin powder, which will be in a greater quantity, and hence it is going to overpower in the recipe. I'll of course be needing a small amount of soda bicarb because as you can see, the green onions, or in fact the spring onions, have really become matured. So just to make it easier for me to cook, I'm going to use a pinch of soda bicarb. And what I have done is that I've taken just 2 handfuls of moong dal, and I have given it a pressure for around 4 or 5 pressures, and completely smashed it and completely in a way overboiled it with a little bit of water and some salt, so that I can make it the gravy of my recipe. And of course, as always in Assam, we normally do the cooking in mustard oil. So let's get going. I've already put the karai on flame. It's heated up, and now we are going to work it out, that wonderful recipe of, this is what we call spring onions with a little bit of dal. As you can see, my mustard oil, 2 big tablespoons of mustard oil is already heating up and smoking. Now I put in the first element here, some garlic. Now these are around 10 pods of garlic or nohoru, which I have chopped down. And just for the flavor of the garlic, I'm putting in the garlic first. Before it becomes golden brown, I'm putting in my bay leaf and the bay leaf and the red chili. And now immediately I'll put in the onion. The garlic really gives its flavor to the oil, and the entire dish is a little garlicky. We all enjoy that garlic flavor in our house. So normally I use a lot of garlic in my house and my dishes. And the second thing that goes in, this is the lighter part of the spring onion, the white part in fact of the spring onion. Now let me cook it for around 2-3 minutes, just like that, stirring it all the while. Right, doesn't need to cook. We now put in all the dry spices one by one. So here goes in the haldi, then the cumin. Okay, just mix it a bit. Reduce the flame so that it doesn't burn off, and of course the other ingredients. So I'm just trying to make something different, because we normally have it fried, We're talking about, at least in Assam, we love having the spring onion, which is available mostly fresh during the winters. We love having it fried with you know, fried with potato, or with one, when we break down one egg towards the end. Now, of course, let me now put in the potatoes. Now, everyday cooking also can be made special, and this is a way of trying to make my everyday routine or everyday food a little spicier, because it's winter time, and it's in winter that we normally get everything around here fresh, grown locally. So let me put some salt there now, and everything till now I'm doing it in medium flame there. So just a little salt there, and let me cook it for some time covered. So reduce, the flame is already reduced. Now I just cover it for some time. Just after 2-3 minutes, we'll just check. Yes. Now we'll put in the boiled moong dal. The boiled moong dal will give a little gravy sort of a feeling to the entire dish. And after mixing it up, we'll put in the greens or the spring onion. It's a sort of a dish which doesn't look very good now, but once you make it, it'll look good, and of course, it'll taste good. It doesn't need to be only looking good, also has to taste good, I guess. So, just let me give it a nice mix there, and let me give a little bit of salt now. Not much, because I've already added a lot, I think a little there. So increase the flame a bit, give it a nice whisk, nice stir there, and then gather all of them together and let them cook and merge with each other for, say, covered for around 3-4 minutes now in slow flame. So remove the cover. Okay, see, they have already mixed into each other. Just to make the process easier, now I just put in a little bit of hot boiling water. Just around 1 cup. I put here and give it a stir. And as you know, these are all too mature sort of greens there. So spring onions, just put in just a pinch of soda bicarb, and that will try to melt the entire thing properly. And now let me cover it again for some time. So I've covered it for around 3 minutes now. See, and I had, because of the soda bicarb that we had put in, see, they have very nicely cooked. I mean, the entire thing is cooked very well. Make a nice whisk there, and in fact it is done. That's your curry. And I'll now put in, of course, a half of the coriander. And it's always important to put the coriander towards the end. We don't boil or cook the coriander. That's for garnish. So it's just switch down there, and then put a little bit of desi ghee for that flavor. So we'll put in the desi ghee, of course, and then just a dab. That's done. Okay, so this thing is done. And of course, we need to remove a few things now, as we all know: the red chili and the bay leaf. So we have it done here, cooked and ready to be served. This is spring onion in a little bit of dal. Just putting in a little bit of water also, again hot water, so that it becomes a little gravy sort of a thing. You can enjoy this with even steamed rice, or let me get a little more thicker, and you can enjoy it with steamed rice or even paranthas or pulkas, as you like it. Now that's over, done. Just put in some grains there, because the smell of fresh coriander is something that can be tempting for anybody. So this is my dish of spring onion with dal, or in fact, can I call it spicy spring onion curry? So do like this recipe of mine and share it as much as possible, and give it a like, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching.